742,000 Americans filed for unemployment last week, and those numbers out this morning from the U.S. Labor Department. Bianca Fascini is looking at what those numbers mean. Bianca, good morning. That number, 742,000 jobless claims last week. Now that's up from the week before. So what stood out to you the most in this week's report?
Well, first of all, like you said, it's higher than the week before, and it's also higher than expected, and that's just never good news. But ultimately, it's still around that 700,000-ish number, which points to a slow recovery. The difference now is that we are getting closer to the end of the year, which means a lot of the benefits that were made available to unemployed workers through the first round of economic relief by Congress are going to be expiring at the end of the year. So unless we see Congress pass another deal, that means the millions of Americans that are currently out of work could be in even more financial trouble, unable to pay the bills and put food on the table. The only good thing here is that we have learned about a lot of positive news or developments on the vaccine front, but of course we would need an effective vaccine in a few weeks if we wanted to see any sort of significant improvement to the labor market. So this report isn't really good news, especially as we head into the winter months when business activity is expected to change even with the holiday season, considering the rise in new cases.
Definitely. So, Bianca, we're also going to get updates today on how retail is doing. So what should we expect to see with earnings?
Sort of a mixed bag, but if you want to take a look at Macy's actually did a little better than expected in the third quarter of the year, but sales still fell 22%. So if you think of big retail stores, big department stores like Macy's or JCPenney or Saks, this is going to be a challenge for them moving forward, considering the rise in cases, whether there are resulting lockdowns or changes and restrictions made to shopping, because we are approaching the holiday season, and many analysts are expecting that retailers will see a bump in sales as a result, which a lot of them are really waiting for and anxious for. But with these big stores where before COVID, there would be dozens or maybe hundreds of people in at a time, people are going to be less likely to go to those stores rather than a small store in their local downtown area or just shop online. So unless these businesses can really amp up their e-commerce platforms, it could be a challenge throughout the entire winter.
All right, Bianca Fascini, thank you.